Hey, it's been a while. So I'm doing a little vloggy poo on my new phone, and the reason I'm doing this is because the vlog has been on the back burner for a very long time because things have been really intense here, so it's just sort of fallen on the back burner. But honestly, there's been so much happening. Like, the longer that time goes on and this stuff this awesome, crazy, exciting stuff that's been happening, I've been able to share with you guys. I really miss it. And I really miss just being able to directly just show some of the stuff that goes into our videos that isn't the outcome itself. And there's so much to update you on, like with the space and the people and the project. So let's start off with a little bit of a tour. We'll do a bit of a catch up, and then I'll maybe answer a few extra questions of the day as a bit of a catch up. Oh, and by the way, we also have a whole bunch of footage for like almost finished vlogs that we just never got around to finishing or editing. So I'm gonna do some catch-up vlogs in the next couple of weeks, which will just be using that footage, and I'll just recap and flash back to the past. But hey, let's get back on track. Let's check out Shaz's studio, shall we? Starting off with our latest edition. Oh, it's Dave. Hi, Dave. We have a set, which you've probably seen in other videos. It's very full right now because we're working on a giant chimney prop. I'll show you that later in this video because Amy's coming over to finish that off. But we just thought we'd put the warehouse to good use by building this like little nook in here that we can do projects in. So I did my giant monster clay sculpture in here. I also did, oh, Space Bear Claw, did that in here. Dave built the Hearthstone mansion in here, the Warcraft Tavern.
That's the one.
So it's great space for big projects and stuff you can get dirty and messy with, like giant props. Hey Jen, there's something happening everywhere all the time. It's so awesome. Okay, so this is Studio 2, you'll remember, but what you won't have seen in great detail is this big wall. So you will have probably seen it by this stage as a backdrop in main channel videos. But this is one of those things that we did a vlog for to show it going up, and it's really satisfying and cool because all of that is acoustic foam. But again, it's one of those things we didn't have a chance to, you know, edit into the vlog. So I will get to that. I'll do a flashback because it's super satisfying and really interesting, and it's acoustic foam. And how much better does this sound in here? Anyway, it's amazing, and it hides and gets rid of those sort of nooks that had windows in there with natural light. Gross. Oh my God, it really is insane that this was once just a big empty room and now it's a super functional studio space. We've got modular sets and filming stations sort of tucked away to the sides with the shoot we're about to do next year in the middle. Look, let's face it, there's a bit of cleanup here and there that needs to be done, but we'll get to that later. Main thing is the ultra functionality that I was sort of dreaming of in moving to this big space. I think you've already been seeing the outcome of. Our input has increased, but also like the channel performance is better than it's been in a long time because we're able to do bigger concepts and quicker. We can just move between studios, which means the videos feel like they're moving and they're visually really interesting. It's just really, really exciting. This is one of my favorite rooms in the building. I gotta be honest, I try and sneak in here as much as I can. Well, I don't want to show too much, but they're working on some really cool, colorful stuff for tabletop time. All right, let's go upstairs. I got security entry tags from a building, from my office building that I run a studio in making art and stuff. Living the frickin' dream. This is the next video that we're filming. It's gonna be a giant gingerbread challenge. Very, very exciting. That's good. We're filming that starting tomorrow. And this is still a work in progress, but one of my favorite rooms in the building as well, because it's a whole frickin' props and costume room. Like those random few like wigs or like stupid gags things that I've built up over the years. We have a costume department. I bought armor, guys. And again, that's actually another thing that will be a vlog. Because, you know, I bought all the armor, we tried it on, I got Gandalf robes, we filmed a Gandalf video. So there's been a lot of playing we've done there, and we have filmed it. So that is a future vlog. Subscribe for these future vlogs, by the way, because basically what we're sharing here is like the studio growing and flourishing and really interesting stuff. And I'm annoyed that we haven't been able to keep on top of the vlogs because we've been so busy. And the reason I stopped doing the vlogs was because, first of all, it has to be edited one of two ways. Either in DaVinci Resolve on a computer and being filmed with cameras, or has to be edited on my phone and filmed on my phone, which is the way, as most of you know, that I did it for many, many years. We'd recently transitioned to doing it on the computers and doing it like proper vlogs and having people film stuff and all that stuff, which is really cool too. But in the interim, like I would have liked to keep going just on my phone while we've hit some stalling points or we've been really busy with other stuff. But my other phone, well, the phone I've just replaced, had really bad mic issues. Every time I recorded it, all you could hear is like crackling. So I bought a new phone, and often replacing tech with cooler tech is one of the things that motivates me to get stuck into the, you know, doing something new again. Because at the end of the day, fun things and toys are very, very fun and make it fun to do lots of stuff. And we're getting a little festive around here. We've got a little Christmas tree happening. We're vlogging!
Woo! Wow.
Just like the good old days.
We haven't vlogged in like 2 months.
We're back, baby. I'm just doing it on my phone. Just like the good old days.
Are you looking at me or you?
I'm looking at us.
Okay.
I'm looking at you this time.
Oh, a flashy new phone.
Yeah. Oh, actually, technically, I am looking at me. What you working on, Alicia?
Just the answer thumbnail of the week.
God, how cool is this?
Don't look at that one.
Oh, some people might wonder where the big projects go after we work on them. The answer is they're around here. Some of them hide in the bushes like Gromash, but he's feeling pretty festive too. He's got his power glove in front of him ready for, you know, his enemies. So that's just a little sneaky update, little sneaky peek at what's going on, and it's very, very exciting. There's a couple of people who also aren't here today, but as you can see, we've got a growing team that I'm looking forward to introducing you to in future videos, but this vlog is for us, because I miss you. Alright, just like the good old days, we're going to do question of the day. I want this vlog to be considered back, and I think the way to do that, at least for now, is for me to just do it myself like I did on my phone, edited myself, because I love you and I miss you, and I really want to show you guys all the stuff that's happening, because there's so much happening. Alright, so I'm going to just answer a few questions of the day, because I've, you know, we've missed well, there's a little bit of catching up to do. Nahil says, could you do an in-depth explanation on how you schedule your planner/timeline? I'd love to see more time management that you deal with as a studio/artist. That is a really interesting question. Actually, a huge amount of my time and work goes into scheduling and planning, and we have some pretty robust and intense systems to cater to running multiple studios in the same space. So it's way more advanced and in-depth than it used to be with the old stickers on the calendar system that I used for many years. If enough of you really want to see a planning scheduling video, then sure, I'll do that. But I mean, it doesn't sound like sexy YouTube content, but you know what? This is a behind the scenes channel for running multiple YouTube studios. If you find that interesting, I'm down. Wonder Girl says, what is something you wish you thought of before you finished building the studio? Do you know what? I have to say, I'm really proud of how it's all come together. Like the decisions that I've made as far as, you know, where ceiling PowerPoints are, the live lights, how the power works based on, you know, how the studio all functions is like based on that, you know, 8 years experience of having built home studios and gotten more and more complex, really worked out very well. So there's not a lot that I feel like we missed the ball on. Maybe having a door that goes into the warehouse that you can access the back of the building without going through Rob's office would be nice, because his office is a thoroughfare. Like that's probably the only one, because if Studio 2 is in use, you can't go through there. But I think that's about it. Like as far as like functionality goes, this place is incredible. It is everything I ever dreamed of. Munchie says, if you are ever hiring, how do you advertise the positions available? That is a very good question, and probably one some of you watching this might wonder. It's actually, that is one of the more challenging things, because I have a very public profile. I can't advertise as, even without my name, as a YouTube channel or a social media. You just get all the wrong types of applicants. We've found through a lot of experience that it's best to try and keep it as separate as possible, because otherwise it just comes with preconceptions and biases and awkwardness that we're actually trying to avoid. We're trying to run a professional studio. So we find we end up employing people one of two ways. We conventionally advertise to the locale and people who would commute and have a reasonable work-life balance experience and expectation. The other is sort of making note of people who are, you know, contributing to and participating in the community. Amy is an example of one who's actually contributed to some art competitions and challenges, but just sort of been peripherally involved. But then I put out a little bit of a call out for people to put in an application. And she was among with one other person who we ended up hiring as well, someone who applied through that form who there was some peripheral connection. So it's not just like a cold call application where we're like, we'll hire those. It was actually more that there was a plethora of like smaller things that built the idea that, okay, maybe this is someone worth investigating if they're a good fit, and they are. So it's working out really well in that regard. But that's a harder one to get right, and not one I often put out feelers for. And this video isn't that. Suffice it to say, I notice people who are actively involved in the communities over longer periods of time, and who just, offer and put things out there, but also maintain a respectful distance and allow us to do our job without, banging down the walls. Vibu1126 says, how's it going, bro? Really good. Thanks for asking.